In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the home page widgets in OpenFloorPlan. When you install OpenFloorPlan, you will get a home page that looks like this because the home page is composed entirely of widgets, and we need to set up those widgets. Now, if you'd like to set them up just like the demo, if you go to the Getting Started video, it will show you how to import those widget files that are included in the OpenFloorPlan zip file, and you can have it set up in just a matter of minutes to look just like the demo. If you prefer to start from scratch, we're going to go through each one of these home page widgets, and I'm going to show you how to set them up. We're going to set them up for no IDX. We're going to be using the WP Listings plugin, so we're going to set up these areas with the WP Listings widgets. So let's go to our dashboard, and in our dashboard we go to Appearance Widgets, and the available widgets you have are here on the left, and your different widget areas are here on the right. We're going to be working with just the home page widgets. Now, the default sidebar and header and footer widgets are covered in another video called Widgets. So we're going to start with the home top. Now, the home top widget is set up for the Soliloquy slider. There is another video to show you how to set that up. There is a slider file, import file included in OpenFloorPlan under the XML directory, and the plugin zip file for Soliloquy is included in the plugins directory inside that OpenFloorPlan zip file. You just expand that file and those are available there. So we've already installed Soliloquy on this site, and we've already imported the demo slider. So all we need to do now is just drag that Soliloquy widget here to this area. So let's go down and look for that. Here we go. We're going to drag it up there to Home Top. Now, we don't want to give it a title. We want to leave that blank, and we're going to select our slider. We only have one slider set up, and it's the home page slider, and we're going to save it. Now let's go to the front of the site and refresh, and you'll see now our slider is there. So now we want to go on to the next widget area on the home page. Let's close this, which is Home Middle 1. It's set up to use either the Equity IDX Quick Search or the WP Listings Search. We're going to be using the WP Listings Search. So let's go down to our available widgets and grab the WP Listings Search widget and move it into that widget area. And let's give it a title. Let's call it Property Search. And we want to be able to search locations, property types, bedrooms, and bathrooms. Now, bedrooms and bathrooms aren't taxonomies that are set up by default with the WP Listings plugin. You have to add those taxonomies, and we've already done that and assigned them to our listings. So let's go ahead and save that, and let's refresh our home page again, and you'll see now here's our property search. Okay, now the next widget area is Home Middle 2. And you'll see here it's set up for either the Equity IDX Broker Property Showcase or the WP Listings Featured Listings. We're going to use the WP Listings Featured Listings. There we go. We're going to drop that into Home Middle 2. We're going to give it a title. We're going to call it Featured Listings. Select the image size. We want 3. We're going to set it to just active listings. Or you can set it to featured if you've got a featured status set up and you've assigned to them. Or maybe you just want a particular area, a location, just however you have your listing set up. We're going to split it into 3 columns. And there we go. There's our featured listings. Okay, now the next area we're going to set up is Home Middle 3. Now, on the demo, this is using a text widget with some short codes in it. And I'm going to just drag one that I already have set up here. Let's go up here. Now this is using the column shortcodes and also the icon box shortcodes. These shortcodes are covered in the theme documentation. I'm going to change tabs over to the theme documentation. You just click on shortcodes, and this is all the shortcodes you have available. There's the columns on how to use that with the row, opening and closing brackets, and columns, and you can set up columns there. And it's also using the icon boxes. Let's go up to icon boxes. There we go. The icon box shortcodes here. And if you go through the theme documentation, it'll show you how to use each one of these shortcodes. So this is what we're using here. The row opening and closing tags, the columns, how many columns across. We've got it set up for the icon box type using the FA dashboard icon. So let's go to the front of our site and see how this looks. And there you go. That's using the icon box and the column shortcode, and also the button shortcode there as well. You'll see the button shortcodes for sign up and log in. If you're not using IDX, you can put in a URL for your buttons, where you want these different buttons to go to and what you want them to say, the text for what you want them to say. If you're using IDX Broker, you would use your IDX Broker listing account sign up and login URLs here. Okay, now home bottom left. Home bottom left uses the Equity Featured Post widget. So let's go to the Equity Featured Post and drag it down to home bottom left. Give it a title. I'm going to put from our blog, and select what categories you want, how many posts you want to show. I'm going to set this up for 2. Whether you want to show the featured image, I'm going to leave that unchecked. We want to show the post title, and then we select whether we want to show a post excerpt, the entire content, or the content limit. I'm going to set this for the content limit, and I'm going to set it for like 250. And the reason I want to do that is I want this more text to display so they can go to the actual blog post to read more. So I'm going to set that up, and then I'm going to save. So let's go to the front of our site. And there's our 2 posts. Post with threaded comments, post with no sidebars. If you do wish to show the featured image, you can check that in that widget. Now home bottom right, let's close this. Home bottom right is set up to use a custom menu. You can use any other widget you want, but we use in our demos the Equity Custom Menu. So I'm going to drag the Equity Custom Menu widget there. There we go. And I'm going to call this Search Links. And I'm going to select a custom menu I set up called Footer Menu, which contains IDX Broker search links. Now you can set up a custom menu for any type of links. If you're just using WP listings, maybe you want links to the different areas for your listings or the different property types, and you can set that up in your menu. We do have video tutorials on how to use the WordPress custom menus for setting that up. I'm going to go ahead and save that. We're going to go to the front of our site. Okay, and you'll see now that this custom menu is using icons, and this uses the Font Awesome icon classes. This is available in the theme documentation. If you go back to shortcodes and go down to Font Awesome, there we go. There's a link to the Font Awesome icons, and this gives you those classes for every one of the icons. So every one of the little icons you see in that menu is using an icon class like FA Bomb for the bomb. So let's go back to the dashboard of our site and let's look at that menu. Let's go to menus. We're going to select that footer menu and see we've set up a menu here for the different IDX broker searches, and we gave it the label of basic search, and you'll see that CSS class that puts that icon there. If you don't see CSS classes in your menu item, go up to here where it says screen options and make sure CSS classes is checked up here, and then it will display that little box where you can put the Font Awesome icon classes there. So let's go back to the front of our site and reload, and you'll see now we have all of our widget areas set up here on Open Floor Plan for the home page. Now again, like I said, the header, footer, and sidebar widgets are covered in a different video called Widgets.